Any hot news today for BTS lovers? Jungkook's attention to Taehyung is overwhelming when Taehyung suddenly gets a nosebleed. Fans go into hysterics. What's going on behind the scenes? No one was prepared for what happened that night. Everyone, including the army who filled the venue, came expecting to see an energetic performance, stunning choreography, and warm interaction between the BTS members. However, no one expected that they would witness a moment that not only made the heart beat faster, but also left an imprint on the heart for many years. Those moments were not just ordinary stage interactions, but moments where the relationship between two best friends, Jungkook and Taehyung, was tested and clearly displayed in front of millions of eyes. That night, the world sees how Jungkook transforms into a protective figure when Taehyung suddenly experiences epistaxis. The shimmering stage lights, the deafening screams of the audience, and the pounding bass that shook the chest seemed to stop at that moment. In the middle of the song, Taehyung looks a little shaky. At first, many thought it was just part of the choreography, a little theatrical style that he often showed on stage. However, the camera that took a close look at his face revealed something different. A drop of fresh red blood was visible under his nose. In an instant, the nosebleed became the center of attention. And even more surprisingly, before anyone on the backstage medical team reacted, Jungkook was by his side. Imagine that an idol at the peak of his performance, with thousands of eyes staring, suddenly stops his focus not on the choreography, not on the camera, but on making sure his best friend is okay. Jungkook, with an expression of a mixture of concern and firmness, immediately moved forward, his body slightly tilted to block the camera's view of Taehyung. This gesture was so quick and instinctive, as if he knew exactly what to do. No scripts, no rehearsals for moments like this. This is pure instinct, pure heart. The fact that Jungkook didn't just stand there, but actually grabbed Taehyung by the arm, whispered something in his ear, and guided his steps slowly towards the side of the stage left the army speechless before eventually filling social media with snippets of the video. "He's not just a coworker, he's family," wrote one fan on Twitter with a video showing Jungkook gently patting Taehyung on the shoulder while making sure he stays upright. That night, their interaction was not just a sweet moment of fan service that the agency usually arranged. It's a heartfelt portrait of a relationship forged over years of hard training, grueling schedules, and endless public pressure. Jungkook knew very well that epistaxis could have many causes: fatigue, overheating, or even a sudden rise in blood pressure due to the intensity of the stage. And as someone who has been with Taehyung since they were both teenagers, Jungkook also knows how Taehyung often chooses to hide his pain in order not to worry others. When they reached the edge of the stage, the camera captured the moment in which Jungkook handed Taehyung over to the medical staff with a clear look saying, "Take care of him." Jungkook didn't immediately return to center stage. Instead, he stood a few seconds behind, waiting for reassurance that Taehyung would be okay. This little gesture may have escaped some of the audience, but for those who noticed, it was irrefutable proof of how deep a sense of caring he had. However, behind the warmth of this moment, many also began to speculate. Why did Taehyung get a nosebleed in the middle of a concert? Is their schedule too busy? Does the agency really care about the health of members? These questions flooded online discussion forums and social media. There are those who recall that BTS has been undergoing a busy tour schedule for years, sometimes changing continents in just a matter of hours. Many fans began to demand that the management give them enough time to rest, because events like this should not be taken lightly. But in the midst of all the controversy and speculation, one thing that cannot be denied is Jungkook's quick and precise response. Some army even said that if it wasn't for Jungkook, who immediately realized the situation, Taehyung might have continued to force himself on stage, which could have made his condition worse. The videos showing Jungkook's expression that night, his slightly furrowed brows, his focused eyes, and the way he leans over to cover Taehyung are clear evidence that their relationship is much more than just his partner in the group. After the concert, news of Taehyung's condition soon spread. The agency released a brief statement that Taehyung suffered minor nosebleeds due to the hot, dry air, and assured fans that his condition had improved. However, army who has been following BTS for a long time, knows that nosebleeds in the middle of the stage are not something to be taken lightly, especially considering the energy it takes to perform at such a big concert. Not a few then brought back moments in the past where Jungkook also showed similar attention to Taehyung, from bringing drinks during training breaks, reminding to wear a jacket when the weather was cold, to patting his back when Taehyung looked nervous before the interview. All of that forms a powerful narrative that for Jungkook, Taehyung is not just a friend, but part of his own family. What makes this moment even more emotional is the fact that their relationship has gone through ups and downs. There was a time when bad rumors tried to divide the BTS members, using the dynamics between them as cheap gossip material. However, that night, on a stage witnessed by thousands of people, they proved that their closeness was not the result of a media construction, but a reality born from years of being together. Even after the concert, as videos of the moment spread on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, millions of people who might not be BTS fans were touched. Many have commented that it is rare to see a world artist in the midst of a global performance, willing to sacrifice the spotlight to make sure his best friend is safe. It was not just professionalism, but pure humanity. Maybe this is what makes the army more protective of Jungkook and Taehyung. They see that behind the glitter of the stage and superstar status, the two are human beings who take care of each other. Taehyung's epistactic moment that night and Jungkook's swift reaction serve as a reminder that true friendship never fades under the spotlight. It shines brighter, and now, every time the army re-watches the video, they don't just see blood dripping down Taehyung's nose. They see a sense of care that cannot be faked, a gaze that cannot be trained, and movements that are born from the heart. Jungkook may be known to the world as BTS's golden magne, but that night, he was Taehyung's protector, best friend, and family man, a role even more precious than all the trophies he'd ever won.